Hello everyone, today we come to you from Pacific City, Oregon, where we're on location for the Blowsion Surf Slam. These are the best free riders in the world. First on tap is defending champion Jake Montanon. He reigns from South Africa and knows how to go big. Also joining us is Brandon Lawler, who without a doubt is the one to watch and one that could very well win this entire event. Later we highlight the Bright brothers from Oceanside, California. They're true ambassadors for the sport. We're on location for the Blowsion Surf Slam. I'm Paul Higgins, and all the action starts right now. Hello everybody, I'm Paul Higgins, and as you can tell, we do have a fantastic show coming to you from Pacific City, Oregon, where the weather is just unbelievable from what I'm told, and I've been here 3 years in a row. You just don't find days like this in Pacific City, Oregon, but we are blessed to have them, and we're gonna have it the next 3 days of competition. Once again, we've got a great show. We have two of the finalists last year joining us first, and first and foremost, why not have them on first? Because they were two of the best last year and leading the pack again this year here at the Blowsion Surf Slam. Gentlemen, welcome to the show, and thanks for joining me. I know we just grabbed you, a busy day to start, but first of all, how did that win change for you last year, your riding thoughts and your career? Did it have any impact on what happened?
Yeah, look, winning the world title for me last year and actually just winning this competition was a huge thing for me. I mean, this is like the biggest event, you know, that we travel around with all the world tour, you know, it's just the most happening place. Johnny and Blowsion team put on the best event ever, you know, so winning that for me was unbelievable. Winning the world title, I mean, I've dreamed about it since I was 12 years old, so for me it was unbelievable, mind-blowing, you know. Obviously it was great for sponsorship stuff. The Blowsion guys, the Burn guys are still really looking after me so well, all my other sponsors, you know, just things are coming together. It was a bit of a disappointment though for you know, the beginning of the year without riding for a little bit. But yeah, back into it now, and I'm ready for this contest.
Well, you look like you're in great shape and ready to go. And Brandon Lawler, what a story last year. My goodness, your first pro contest, and here you end up in second place. You could have easily won it if this guy didn't enter, right? But how about that? I mean, did it change your career as well?
Yeah, it was probably about the best start I could have gotten to my pro career. From there, I went and competed in Australia for the first round of the 2014 tour. I wasn't on my own ski, so I didn't get the results I wanted, but I still placed 9th and got some valuable points for the tour. I had about the same luck in France, wound up 9th, but came out in the UK and I got a 3rd place, which was awesome. I also competed in a British competition while I was overseas and ended up winning, and that was against all the same guys on the tour, so that felt really awesome. I come here to Surf Slam and I'm just ready to go, excited about the competition, and I can't wait to see what it has in store for me.
Yeah, you know, it's when you listen to Don and CA Carol Ann talk about what you guys are being judged on, and I talked about in the beginning, the opening of the show, 50% of course tricks and 50% surfing. And out there, Bill, you've got to really figure that out. Tell me your game plan when you go out, depending on the waves.
Well, pretty much, you know, the surf, I mean, you know, besides the 50% surf riding and the 50% aerial tricks, they're also looking for not entertainment, but just your energy, you know, keeping busy. So, you know, game plan, just going out there. The waves are perfect, it's good. It's not big, I mean, it could be a little bit bigger, but I mean, we're all on big powered engines and stuff. So just game plan, go out there, keep really busy, good surf riding, good big clean tricks, and just keep busy, keep entertaining, and just go wild.
Yeah, no doubt. When you hear the wows from here, you know you're doing something good, right? You know, the judges are listening and watching. Brandon, what people sometimes don't understand is that you guys have a moving target that you're landing on. It's never, ever, ever the same target that you land on. How unbelievable. Oh, taking that, there you go, taking off on.
I mean, freestyle motocross, they're on a steady ramp that never moves. Ours, every second, it's moving as it gets closer. So as we show up to a new beach, part of what we need to get used to is timing. Yeah. A lot of times I'll go out there for my first ride and just surf, not even necessarily do aerial maneuvers, but get right in the spot to where I would do my aerial maneuver and start timing where that wave is going to curl at its peak. Because if you hit a wave too late, it could blast you forward, you land back in the surf and you sink, you roll, your ski will sink. You hit a wave too early, you won't get any momentum, you won't go up, you'll just go out and flop. So it's really crucial to be able to hit that wave at the exact time you need to.
It's amazing, and your boats are extraordinary. I mean, you don't just get a boat and and go out here in it. I mean, Blowsion is part of that aftermarket products. Can you tell what you have to do to your boat to get it ready for this?
You know, from like the old days, I mean, people still ride superjets, you know, the Yamaha superjets, but I mean, all of the pro guys are all on aftermarket stuff. So basically, if you wanted to do a superjet, I mean, you basically take everything apart, reinforce the nose, reinforce inside, reinforce little bits and pieces. Other guys will either put like a bigger motor in or just one or two parts, you know, your footwells. So there's a lot of glass work to kind of be done just to get it ready. Obviously, when you're doing the backflips and things, you need to have your feet secure. So, you know, the superjets don't come out with that. But as for the new skis, I mean, they just come out ready to go, you know, like reinforced. They are designed for surf riding. You know, we've got the best components. Blowsion and a couple of the other guys that are building the skis really do like a great job. You know, Dasa, the guys, I mean, those engines are absolutely amazing, just busting us huge, you know. So, you know, all those things, and they're just made so tough that we can really nail them into the ground, you know. I mean, look, stuff does break, but I mean, we can do a lot more with them than what we used to be able to do.
There's a lot I want to talk about, and in the next segment I want to talk about, plant a seed here, is camaraderie in the sport. I'm going to discuss that. But Brandon, people don't realize too, you know, you've got this expensive boat. You can't just put this boat on an airplane very easily to go anywhere. There's that part of the professional career that you're in. And then also sponsors. And I want to give you an opportunity to talk about your sponsors and thank those guys and those people and who's helping you out, because I know that's important to you guys.
Yeah, definitely. I got a ton of sponsors helping me out this year. To start things off, Richter's my hole maker with Dasa motor, and TC Freeride, he assembles it all for me. He's the main mechanic for Richter, and he's doing a great job. My skis held up great. Jet Pilot supplies with all my gear. I got Shirai giving me batteries. Texas T Oils helping me out with my oil, lubricants. Jet Maniacs helping me out with parts. Liquid Militia is my clothing sponsor, keeping me in all this cool gear. The list goes on. I got tons of people helping me out this year. It really wouldn't be possible without them.
It's like a NASCAR event. I mean, you can't do it without help.
And in terms of shipping the skis, it's a lot of work. I did ship my ski to France and to the UK, and it's several $1,000s. You have to drain all the fuel. They get shipped as dangerous goods. We're having to put them in a crate, package them up. It's several hours to prepare the ski to ship. Then when you get there, you got to uncrate it. You're in France, you don't speak the language. It's very interesting.
Customs should be interesting.
Very interesting trying to get your ski out of customs and there for the event.
And if you don't speak French, the French aren't too happy with you.
No.
If you say one or two words to them in the beginning, like show that you're trying,
yeah,
right,
they're okay. But if you just go right off the bat like English, they're like, no English.
Well, good feedback on that. Much more to talk about. Of course, got Jake Montanon and Brandon Lawler, 1 and 2 last year in the Blowsion Surf Slam, kicking it already this year. Beautiful weather, Pacific City, Oregon. Much more to come right after this. Mission Basilica School is a Catholic parochial school with single-grade classrooms from pre-kindergarten through 8th grade. A blue ribbon school for academic excellence, located on the beautiful grounds of Mission San Juan Capistrano, Mission Basilica School. At Olson Orthodontics in San Juan Capistrano, they want to see you smile, and it starts from the first visit.
On my very first appointment, before I left, I knew exactly what I was getting, how much it was going to be. They were incredibly friendly, so it just made sense. It was completely at home here.
Dr. Olson does an excellent job of making his patients feel comfortable.
Well, I was just really enjoying coming here and seeing him. I love to see Dr. Olson.
Call or visit Olson Orthodontics today. Hey everybody, welcome back to Pacific City, Oregon, on location on what is a beautiful day for the Blowsion Surf Slam. Jake Montanon and Brandon Lawler competing again in this year's event. 1 and 2 last year, and as I mentioned, Brandon Lawler, that was his first professional event, and he just came about this far from winning it all, but the South African takes it. And I talk about that because right here, what you're seeing with these guys, a lot of camaraderie, and I want to talk about that because I've covered, you know, thousands of hours of action sports at all different levels, but if he does a trick that no one else has done, that's actually good for you, isn't it? Because it pushes you.
We are all so stoked when somebody lands. I mean, we will pump each other. Even if we're in a heat, we'll probably give each other like a little fist pump, you know? And it's just great because we all just push each other. I mean, we compete against each other, but we're like best buddies, you know? It's like, we joke around about it all the time, you know? We just have it for each other in the heat. But I mean, it actually makes it more fun, more entertaining. It brings us closer together. It's fun, you know?
Brandon, what's your thoughts about that? Because obviously, you know, if you land something that you haven't done, and if he lands something, I mean, that just pushes the sport.
Pushes us to match each other all the time. It's awesome.
How often does that happen?
It's happened a few times, definitely. It mainly happened a lot more when I was starting off, but now we're itching towards some tricks that like double flips and some big Superman backflips, and everybody's itching to get there. And it's the fine line between having the right surf, being at a competition. We don't want to hurt ourselves just for no reason.
Yeah. Late in the summer in Southern California, you were hanging out in, of course, Oceanside. Big swell came in, Hurricane Marie from Mexico. It created a lot of swell. Did you go out in that?
It was absolutely awesome. I come from South Africa. We have really good waves there, and I was lucky enough to come up with the Blowsion crew this year, and with Zach and you know, the Bright family, and just stay there for a month in California, just ride Oceanside every day. And I was privileged enough to get like a really good swell. We got some nice footage as well. Maybe we should try and send some to you. But I mean, it was absolutely mind-blowing. I mean, there must have been about 30, 35 guys in the water, all stoked. Just the waves were cooking. It was clean and big. Couldn't ask for anything better. And the weather was like this.
Yeah. Can I ask you guys, and I no disrespect at all, but you're full professionals in this sport. Sometimes I get a little nervous watching you guys. Do you guys get nervous, Brandon? Do you ever get nervous out there?
I more so get nervous going out before my heat.
Okay.
And maybe the first trick or two. But after a minute or so of riding, you start sweating out there, and it's game on.
Yeah.
But definitely when you're sitting there ready to go out, you get the butterflies. You know, today, sitting here wondering who I'm going to match up against. It's all a bracket system, so I can look at who's going to qualify today. Say whoever qualifies 5th today is going to go against me in the 8th finals.
Right.
You know, so it's nice that we can break it all down that way, but you definitely get nervous who you're going to go against.
There's a fear factor then, correct?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely, I mean, we might land up going against each other tomorrow, and it's, you know, we're the 2 finalists from last year, so it's you know, we, unfortunately, like Brandon was saying earlier, for the Europe tour, I missed the Europe stop, so I have to qualify this year.
A little bit of catch up right now.
Catch up, but I mean,
but
you know,
it
puts us into a thing where we might hit each other in the first round, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, for the nerves and stuff, I think once you bang out that first good trick and you get that like stokedness,
then you're going.
Then it's on.
You guys are in, whoever wants to answer this, you guys were mentioning the double back. What type of a wave do you need to do a double back? I mean, is this obviously a little too small right now?
I'd say, yeah, tomorrow's a little too, or today's a little too small. Yesterday, it was definitely there.
Okay.
I was looking at a couple waves thinking it's definitely possible.
What does it take to do a double back? Never thought it would happen on a motor.
I didn't have to speak.
That's right.
There has been a couple people to do the double backflip, but it takes a big wave, a lot of power, and a huge commitment. It's I think a lot more psych in your head, because once you're going to do the first flip, you're going to have to throw it for the second flip.
Yeah. Can I talk real quickly about judging, because judging is very subjective. You have 5 judges up there. They're all really well-known judges in what they do, former riders, you know, presidents of divisions and all that. But are you constantly thinking about the judges? Oh, I got to do this, I got to do that. I mean, how is that? Because it is free riding, but still, you know, you gotta surf to the judges.
For like the top guys like us, you know, we kind of know what they're looking for, and we know the judges, like especially if it's old riding judges, we know their kind of style and what they like to look for, so you can lean towards that. But I mean, it's still strict in the way of the 50% aerial tricks, 50% surf riding. But I mean, you know, you can go up to the judges and say like, what are you guys looking for this weekend? You know, like just go there, they're there. What are you guys looking for? What is your, because sometimes it changes, you know? You know, the base is always the same, but I mean, different judges, they prefer different things, and they score you higher.
That is one of the smartest things an athlete can do, is go up to a judge and say, what are you looking for?
Let them see your face, let them know your name, so that when you go out there, you're already in their head a little bit.
Yeah.
Because you guys look like warriors when you're out there.
Exactly. It is hard to tell us apart.
Yeah.
It's very hard sometimes.
And the other thing is, you know, sometimes, I mean, you guys know the sun comes in here, it's like hard to see.
Yep.
And we really far out sometimes, you know, the sets, and you're doing big tricks, and you know, you could be taking 1 foot off or doing this, and sometimes they like miss, you know, you taking an arm off, you know, if you're doing a variation of backflip. And if you go to the guys before and you say, look out for this, it kind of like just puts, okay, you might do it, so just look a little bit more carefully, because I might not tell them go out there, do like a point back roll, but I've done a double point back roll, and they just kind of thought they saw the one hand and they didn't know I was doing. So, you know, you can just get them also just to watch out for that, just say you are going for something like that, just so they can just be more aware. If you're far out, I mean, it's so hard to see an arm. I mean, if you're wearing a black wetsuit, you know, and the you know, the light and everything is not good, so you can't see stuff.
That's some great insight. And also, Brandon, if you can leave me with this, I know that Jake, of course, won it last year, had a great year, and you're such a young guy, and everyone was real proud of what you did last year. What is your goal now? Here you are a pro, you're no longer that guy that's coming up the ranks, you are in the ranks.
Well, my goal pretty much next year is to go on the tour again. I felt like this year was my starting point. I got to go to all the stops, I got to make new friends, new acquaintances that are going to help me out next year. And so next year I plan to hit it with a full head of steam and hopefully win the tour next year. Do what this guy did last year.
Well, you guys are obviously great for the sport. Thank you so much for stopping by the show, and I wish you all the best of luck. Jake Montanon, Brandon Lawler, two exceptional riders in the sport of freestyle, personal watercraft, and also, more importantly, the Blowsion Surf Slam right here in Pacific City, Oregon. We'll be back with more right after this. Centrally located in San Juan Capistrano, Olson Orthodontics' top priority is to provide you with the highest quality orthodontic care. Led by Dr. Taylor Olson, there is simply just one choice to make for quality braces and treatment in Orange County.
At Olson Orthodontics, we love to have fun. We love to know our patients. We love getting to know them. We also do our best to be an advocate for you with your dentist, with your insurance company, to make sure that we give you and help you maximize and enjoy your experience here at Olson Orthodontics.
Mission Basilica School, located in historic San Juan Capistrano, is a blue ribbon school focused not only on quality education but spiritual enlightenment, creating a learning environment that's second to none.
I love the feel of the school and what it brings.
They're wonderful kids, have great family lives. They are brothers and sisters once they reach the campus.
A blue ribbon school for academic excellence, located on the beautiful grounds of Mission San Juan Capistrano. Hello everybody, welcome back to the Blowsion Surf Slam right here in Pacific City, Oregon, where we bring our show on location. Great environment here in Pacific City, Oregon. And joining us now, two guys not too far from us in Oceanside, California. We've got, of course, Zach Bright and Jake Bright. They're both brothers, obviously, competing in this great event. I've known them now for 3 years, going on 3 years. I won't be too robust on that, but I feel like I've known you guys a long time. Yeah, for sure. So, you know, what a great event. And I know that you got to compete last year. Your brother had a hurt back. We'll talk to him about that, but he's feeling great now. But unbelievable weather. I told you we weren't going to talk too much about it, but you've been coming here for years.
We kind of got to touch on it a little bit. I mean, I've never seen it like this. Other than I think the first year I came when we had the tsunami waves wiping places out. This is unbelievable. I hope we brought this with us from,
Southern California.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me spend a minute with you because you are such a great advocate, ambassador for this sport. You're a great spokesperson. You talk very well about it, and it seems like most of all you have fun.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, it comes easy to do all that when what you do is so fun. You know what I mean? It's something that we live on. It's all I care about. So, you know, that's how we.
That's how you roll.
Touch on it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
And Jake, you know, it's funny. I was talking to your brother last year, and we were saying we should have this event sometime in Oceanside, you know. But of course, it's not in Oceanside this year. Maybe someday we'll have a big event like this in Oceanside. You guys can promote it and be the lead men on that. Yeah. But welcome back. I missed seeing you last year ride. Can you tell us briefly about your injury and now your recovery and you're back riding again?
Yeah, I had a little back injury. It started out with an injury I had in my bicep, and I was kind of down for about 3 or 4 months. Really wasn't doing much. I was on the couch just healing. I went to Grayling Open, and that was going to be my first time back in the water. I was really just up there to help the event. It was just an amateur event last year, so me and Zach judged it and helped put it on.
Yeah, we've been judging that event for 4 years.
Just
you know?
supporting the sport, helping
exactly,
it grow.
Doing what we just said earlier.
And we'll be there next year.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah. So I went out and I was just gonna have fun in the pro jam with all our buddies, you know. But once I got out there, you know, the adrenaline starts going. You gotta ride. So I pushed it, and I had a couple flatlanders. My muscles were loose in my back, you know, and I came in and I couldn't really bend over. I jumped off my ski and I was kind of stuck, and instantly I knew I had a problem. So that's all behind us now. I think
we kind of figured out that you need to go to the gym and and like be in shape. You know what I mean? Keep everything nice and tight.
Freeride is actually super brutal on the body.
A lot of jarring.
You gotta be fit, you gotta be in good shape. You can't just come out here and try to throw it down and expect to not get banged up, because you're gonna take a beating. So this past year, this past year, me and Zach especially got teamed up with Rhino Power and kind of helped us take our, training to the next level.
That's what I was going to say. Both you guys are in good shape.
Yeah, I mean, we've been using Ryan Hughes' stuff, and I mean, if it works for motocross guys and guys like Ryan, who we've looked up to since we were little kids, watch riding, you know, why not?
Yeah.
Well,
can I ask you? You just said why not, and it reminds me of my question I want to ask you is, why do you ride?
Well, I don't know why we do, honestly.
I mean, how cool is this to be able to...
Yeah, I mean, this is why we do it. I mean, it's like these competitions, these times, it's like, this is what we do this for. I get to see you guys again every year, and I get to see all of our friends, you know?
The world.
Exactly. It's so hard to not, get a little out of hand because all your friends are in town. You know what I mean? It's like, I was just telling my dad in the trailer, I was like, dude, for a second there, I forgot we were having a contest. We've been all just hanging out, you know what I mean? So that's why we do the competition aspect, but as far as just riding, I mean, we just ride because it's the coolest thing to do. I mean, it does what we both grew up doing, riding motorcycles and surfing.
We've always pushed it.
Boom.
We've always been adrenaline junkies, and as soon as we found something that let us push it so far, where there's still,
there's risk.
There's
in
a lot
water.
of risk.
It's water, but it hurts.
Yeah. You ever done a belly flop? 2 foot off the water? That hurts. Imagine 20 feet. You know what I mean? But
or even higher, you guys go.
Right.
It still lets you. It is water, so you can break it nice, and as long as you hold on to the ski most of the time, you don't let the ski get away from you. It's pretty safe.
Yeah, it's pretty safe, but it's kind of a trade-off, because what we try to explain to our friends is, let's say freestyle example, or freestyle motocross, for example, you can go out, do a backflip, get really hurt, or we don't want anybody to get really hurt, but let's say you break your arm, okay?
We're sitting on wood here.
Right, let's say you break your arm, you basically could pitch a tent at that position. You could have the surgery right there if you really needed to, I don't know. If you break your arm out there, yeah, it's water, you might be okay, but in about 10 seconds, there's another wave gonna come, and it does not care in what position you're in. And hopefully you can keep yourself together and not get washing machine to hurt yourself more, you know what I mean, and possibly drown. It's like we ride an avalanche, you know what I mean?
It's a moving target, and it's also a moving jump every time, right? No surface is ever the same.
Yeah, the ramp is changing at all times. So
I knew when I was going to have you guys on that 7 minutes was not going to be enough, and I wouldn't have to talk that much. So this is cool. I know that I told you I was going to go by that. So much more to talk about, and I know that during our ESPN show we'll do that as well. But I want to wish you guys the best of luck. Again, both great ambassadors for the sport, and Blowsion is so thrilled to have you guys in Pacific City, Oregon. So thanks again, man. Good luck over the weekend, and welcome back, my friend. And thank you for watching this edition of Coach's Corner on location in Pacific City, Oregon for the Blowsion Surf Slam. These riders come from all over the world, and we're so lucky to have them on our show. For Coach's Corner, for my entire crew, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.